Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9 Volt Games, and today, I thought there would be a title or something, but today we're going to talk about Dispatch. I'm bummed. I thought it was going to be a title and a whole thing, that's why I sat here. I'm pretty sure the background is a spoiler. Anyways, what a horrible intro. So today I want to talk about Dispatch, and the reason I want to talk about Dispatch, as opposed to any other Telltale type game, is because those type of games either need to be extremely short or need to be extremely engaging for me to actually finish. It's not that they're bad games. I know some people want to argue that they're not games and blah blah blah. This one you can actually pretty much go through. You're obnoxious. I'm not feeding you right now. Anyway, a couple things. So also, these choice-based games usually have two outcomes. And your choices, although they feel like they make an impact, they generally don't. I'm going to do full... Like, I liked Wolf Among Us, and I liked Lee's story arc in Walking Dead. And I just didn't care about the other ones. As much as I love Telltale, I really couldn't care less about any of them. And it's sad because I've bought every Telltale game, including Sam & Max. And I really want to like them because sometimes I get one of these choice-based games and they're amazing, and then I'd say 90% of the time I don't finish them because it's just there's no drive. So, that being said, I think this is the best out of all of them. I really enjoyed my time with this game. But like I said, you could pretty much play this as a movie, is because you can shut off any of the QTE stuff, which I don't understand why you'd want to do. And then I thought about it after I beat it, and I was like, the second playthrough, just to expedite things and make it perfect, I might actually just take the QTE stuff off and enjoy it as a movie. So I like that the option's there. The biggest thing, 2 minutes in, I should have led with this one. The biggest thing about this is that every character subverted, at least for me, my expectations of them just being general NPCs. I give a shit about everybody on my team. Eventually, by the end, even Flambe, I felt bad about who I cut in the beginning, and like games where you make a choice. Like there was a couple times. There's one example I'll give it, and because it's very hard to talk about this game without spoiling, because everything is contained tightly in a chapter. If you take the dispatch part out, the story's real tight to each other, and I feel like in this one, you have a lot less time to make an important decision, like in real life, and I instantly felt regret. And here's one example that's not overarching story ruining anything, but there's one point where Blonde Blazer is trying on a dress and her nipple is out, and I did not see this in real life. I was looking at her face and the text options. I didn't warn her, and it negatively impacted my game. And then even when I got to the end of the results and it told me how much the percentage of people didn't tell her about her wardrobe malfunction, I was in the scumbag era, and I felt like genuinely attacked. I talked about this at work. I was like, just because I wasn't staring at her tits while the lady was talking to me, I didn't notice it, and I looked like a pervert because I let it go whilst trying not to be a pervert. This is a video game. This is not a real life situation, but that carried with me to go talk about it at work. So the story and characters are impactful, and I believe Devine said something. It was either Devine or Macintosh. I didn't look at my... It was Devine. He said something about genuinely caring for the characters, and I did. I think it's because what they did is even though it's Mecha Man, even though you're playing as Robert Robertson, and you're playing as Mecha Man, he really is, and it's voiced by Aaron Paul, super recognizable. They made him an everyman where you can project yourself onto him and the choices you make, whereas, he's basically like, I'm neutral good. And then you get to choose which path you take. But ultimately, the path doesn't lead to what he does. The path leads to how your team reacts to how you treated them. So I think that's why the side characters were so awesome for me. My favorite character in that entire game was Prism. I shared two clips of why, just her attitude, and then by the end of the game, she ended up being my best hero. And then I gave Waterboy a chance, and he ended up being my most dispatched hero. And I built him up. So that was, I mean, I feel like they put the same equal amount of care into the side characters that they put into the main character. And you can feel that when you play the game. I really hope. I don't know a lot of people that played this in real life. In real life, people that I interact with in real life, and I'm not, I know despite my hobby, I'm not a recluse, shut in. I do have social interactions with people. I only know one person in real life that's actually played this game. My wife played the first chapter when it was free on Steam and intends on playing the rest of it. She didn't watch me play this because of it. So I actually know exactly how to handle this one without spoiling anything because I've been doing it. I've been doing it since last week. I really hope that people take notice of how great this was, and going forward they put the care and effort. I know in Walking Dead and stuff there's side characters that people did enjoy, but I don't feel like they got the depth. It's like you knew these people, and I think it's because the team was so there was such a wide spectrum of types of characters or personalities that you're in there somewhere, so you can empathize with one of those characters. I really enjoyed it. There's games like this where you can make choices, and like I said, that I don't feel like they have a huge impact. I know for a fact that this one has an impact on the ending directly, and what happens with the ending. But the story's gonna move the way it's gonna move, regardless of what your input is. It doesn't matter who you cut in the beginning. It doesn't matter. I can't say much else because there's instances where I can tell you it doesn't make a difference what choice you make, but it's something directly tied to the mainline story. So I really implore people to go play this. Don't watch it. At least don't watch other people play it. Because first of all, I want companies that are doing stuff like this to get the money, right? And they're not getting the money when somebody's streaming a game like this, because if you see the story in its entirety, and like I just told you, I might go back through and just do the story bits and take the gameplay off. What's the draw for you to buy the game if you already saw it? Unless you're so adamant about, I would have made different choices than what that streamer did. So the game's not super expensive comparatively. I don't know. I want people to promote development like this, so that they know going forward, be like, hey, this is what people actually want. This is good. People are responding to us actually giving a shit, because we live in a world where all of our games are going to eventually be made by AI, and it knows better than us. But this is something, I guess, to get that into that topic, this is something that couldn't be recreated with AI. That's the way. This is very sad, but that's the way I've been handling the metric of things in the world today. Should I go for this job? How quickly could it be replaced with AI? I mean, I just finally started using editing tools and actually taking it serious, because I didn't like the way my shorts were going, and my shorts get a lot of views and drive a lot of people to this channel. But somebody can fucking put in a prompt and spit out something that's better quality than this, but it's missing something. And I feel like even a lot of human developed games lately are still missing, like there's no soul in the game. And games like this give me hope. Games like this, games like the Silent Hill remake. We've had a really good year of games. I'm going into the wrong video. It's New Year's. I'll do a different video where I talk about these games. But anyways, Dispatch is good. It's very difficult because I can't talk about the story, which is obviously the 100% main driving force of this game. I can't talk about the story without spoiling it, because like I said, everything, once you cut the gameplay part out, it's really tightly packed into small episodes. It's like watching an Adult Swim show, pretty much. Please, I'm going to give everybody a couple months. and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a spoiler full video. But it's great. The game looks gorgeous. It looks like you're playing through, I wouldn't say Invincible, but it actually looks more like one of the episodes, the art direction of one of the episodes of Diabolical. And a little bit Invincible. Can't really help that though, because superheroes out of the 2020s, what zombies were in the 2010s. It's unavoidable. I can't wait to see which one of these is going to be next, by the way. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys check this game out. All right. Choice-based games do not get a lot of time on this channel at all. And it just got 10 minutes from me, which is half of a Silent Hill video. That endorsement should mean a lot. Thank you guys for watching.